Hello, this is Malorian. This is the Orc Tactical Team, and what we're going to be talking about today is the Troll Chariot. And you know, this is something that probably some of you have heard about, some of you have not, and even some of you that have heard about it and seen it, you're wondering, well, what's even the point of this? And that's something I came across on some of the forums I visited over this last week. Just some people talking about, like, what's this even all about? Why would you even run this? So let's just delve right into it. Basically, what a Troll Chariot is not really a legal unit. There's no entry in the book that says Troll Chariot, even though that'd be pretty cool. The Troll Chariot is simply you take two trolls and you run them one in front of the other. So basically, two ranks of one troll. And you know, when you first look at this, it's just worse. If you were to make one rank of two trolls, well, they would have 6 attacks and 2 stomps. And that's good. Do it as 2 ranks of one troll and you have 6 attacks and 1 stomp. So you're just losing attacks. So why would you do this? Well, there's 2 different scenarios why you'd want to be doing this. The first one is assassination. Let's say you want to run in and try and kill some character, whether it's an injured lord or whether it's a hero, whatever it is, you want to go in and kill this thing. Well, let's just say that the character's in the middle of a unit. Well, fine, it doesn't matter. Side by side, one in front of the other, charge it in, y'all go and hit it. But assuming you're playing against a smart opponent, what they're going to do is take that character and put it on the edge of the unit. And what that means is that since you have to maximize the models that you're getting in base-to-base contact, you cannot put both in contact with that character. You can only put one. So one will be touching on the edge of that character and be able to do some attacks. The rest will have to go against the unit, which is kind of a waste. Well, how do we get past this? The Troll Chariot. One in front of the other. All of a sudden now you can match it up with that character and all attacks can be directed at that character. You know, it's not a heavy investment. It's only 70 points. And really, if you got some, let's say it's a BSB or some support mage, I mean, for the vast majority of the time, it's going to be worth more than that amount of points. And if you think of value in a game, it's probably going to be worth way more than that as well. Let's just say it's a BSB. Well, of course, if you kill a BSB, that's massive. All the different ways you can synergize with the rest of the army. If you can take that out, that's fantastic. So that's the first part. That's the very easiest way to look at, where a Troll Chariot can maximize the attacks on a single model. The other part of it is if you have to actually look at it as a real chariot. So don't think of it as it's just itself. You got to think of how a chariot usually has to go and support a larger block. Usually you have a big block, it goes in, it's doing some attacks, it's mainly there for ranks and steadfast and really taking steadfast away from the opponent, and then the chariot is what joins in with that so that you can get the combat res you need to win combat in the first place. So really, instead of taking your regular board chariot or something like that, you replace it with the Troll Chariot. And you know, the math in comparison, it's a lot easier with the board chariot. I mean, you can say the same thing for the wolf, but because of the different strength attacks, it's a little bit awkward. So I'm just going to be talking about the board chariot for this one. So the difference between the board chariot and the Troll Chariot is that the board chariot is 15 more points. Now, what you get is when you first charge, of course, you're getting with the board chariot D6 plus 1 impact to hits. You get 2 strength 5 attacks from the boars and 2 strength 5 attacks from the riders, because you got spears and you also got chopper rule. So that's pretty great. From the trolls, you're going to be having 6 strength 5 attacks and then 1 stomp. Now, to try and break this down, probably the best thing you want to look at this is the number of hits. So if we're looking at the trolls, assuming, you know, weapon skill 3 or 4, we're looking at the 1 auto hit from the stomp, and then out of the 6 attacks, 3 will hit from those. So 4 hits is coming from the Troll Chariot. On the other side, impact hits will get an average of 4.5, so that's, you know, the 3.5 is average plus 1, and then you're going to get 2 of the other attacks hitting as well, so 6.5. So right there you look at it, and I mean, the regular chariot is 6.5 hits at strength 5, whereas the Troll Chariot is only 4. So I mean, sure, there's a point difference, but that's a pretty significant difference between the number. I mean, 15 points for an extra 2.5 hits is pretty worth it if you ask me. The real difference here is what happens after the first round of combat, because whereas the board chariot is a true chariot and gets all those impact hits as it first comes in, after that first push, it's done. That's not getting any more attacks. Well, okay, it is, but it gets no impact hits. It's getting 2 strength 3 attacks from the boars and 2 strength 3 attacks from the orcs. That's it. So now you're looking at an average of 2 strength 3 attacks, whereas the trolls are still getting an average of 4 strength 5 hits every single time. So after that first round, it's massively in the troll chariot side. So really what you're looking at here is something where, even though normally in an optimal situation, you're setting in your block, you're setting in your chariot, the block's taking away steadfast, and then you break them and you run them down. But, you know, unfortunately, that's not how life always works. Sometimes they have more ranks than you, and simply, even if you win combat, you're not going to take steadfast away. And maybe you have to grind them down. Well, what this then gives you then is your regular rank and file unit is still going to be there for ranks, and then you have the trolls that keep on grinding away and giving you those kills, so that even though you might not breaking them through this turn, you're aiming to break them down the next turn or the turn after. So it's more of the long-term look. When you're trying to compare the movement between the two, mostly it really works out. I mean, sure, the chariot, it has a higher movement, and for the charge, it gets 3d6 take, the 2 highest, so it actually has a longer charge distance it can go. Well, the troll chariot can be faster, because it can actually march, so it can be setting itself up to a better situation that way, where you don't need to be going for a very long charge. Of course, you have to worry about the whole counter charge thing, but that's a whole nother matter. So really, when we're looking at it, that's the whole idea of the troll chariot. You got 70 points for two trolls, one in front of the other. The very first roll of this is for character assassination, so that you can then have all these attacks on the very single model and try and kill it off. And the other way is to try and act as a chariot and then support another main block. And then even though it doesn't have the same output as a common chariot, like a board chariot, the big thing is that when you get past that to the second and third round, the troll chariot is really outperforming the other chariots as far as the amount of attacks it's putting out and being able to help chew down and support the block it's with. So there you go, hope you like it, and as always, if you have any comments or anything, please leave it below. As well, if there's anything else you want me to cover, just let me know. So thanks for watching, bye.